whoever you are, you need to stop judging yourself. Like, you are such a beautiful light. You are such a beautiful soul, and you have so many unique gifts to offer the world. And I don't know what you've been doing sitting here judging yourself. And you know, it's crazy because I was just sitting outside on my porch, like just kind of clearing my head because I like to just be out in nature and clear my head before I do these readings for you. And the message that was coming through, I was like, okay, what wants to come through? And I said, why don't you think you're good enough? And then I pulled these cards and like, just wait. First out was self-esteem, then was doubt, love, and judgment. And I have so many messages for these, so give me a second. And before we get into the reading, hi, welcome. My name is Hannah. I teach mindset and energetics, and I teach you how to combine the two in order to really step into your power and create absolutely anything you want. And I do have a free self-concept affirmation track, which honestly, if you're resonating with this reading, I would highly suggest you go to the top of my page, to that link, go download it and start listening to it and start rewiring your mind and your nervous system and your emotions to really, really understand your worth, because you've been doubting it and it is like not time to be doing that anymore. So the self-esteem card, and do you see how it's yellow? So this is a lot of solar plexus chakra. Okay, so that can be a message for some of you too, to help you like dive deeper into that for those of you who are really like into your own self-healing, right? It says, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And you know what just came through with this is, I feel like a lot of you are used to overgiving. You've maybe grown up, I'm hearing it's better to give than to receive. And that for sure is channeled because that's not something I ever actually heard growing up, but I'm getting that like the collective tuning into this, that may have been something that you heard on repeat. It's better to give than to receive. So you have this like aversion to receiving, and it's like rooted in this deep doubting of your worth and your goodness. And so what you've likely been doing throughout your life is putting your wants and desires and needs on hold and sacrificing for everyone else, thinking that you wanting something, you desiring something, you taking care of yourself is wrong because it's somehow going to take from others. And your soul wants you to understand that that is a very lackful mindset. You need to start thinking abundantly. You need to start understanding that there's more than enough for everyone. And God, the universe, your soul, your inner being, the infinite intelligence within you actually created you so perfectly. Like, you are here to fill a specific role. And if you are trying to mold yourself into who you think other people need you to be, you're actually going against the way you're coded. Like, you're going against the way you've been specifically designed. And Spirit wants you to know that your desires are actually your roadmap. Like, God put the desires on your heart because it's what you're here to live out. It's like your North Star you're supposed to follow. And the thing is, when you understand this concept of unity, of oneness, of abundance, of how infinite you are and how infinitely provided you and everyone else is, like, you will have a shift in your awareness of this. You're going to shift the way you see yourself and what you believe about receiving and what you believe about you having your desires and following those. I know this is a lot coming through just on one card, but we'll get to the other ones. But I feel like whoever's tuning into this really needs to hear it. Spirit's saying that you can't see it from your current perspective, but when you do what feels right to you, when you follow your heart, when you take time to take care of you, to invest in you, when you take time to really cultivate a deep sense of self-worth, like really commit to seeing yourself the way God sees you, it benefits others. Benefits others more than you could ever imagine or plan. So you're such a good person. You've been trying so hard to go love everyone and serve everyone, but you've been leaving out the most important person, which is you. And this may take some rewiring depending on how ingrained some of those beliefs are, from childhood or religion or whatever. We just get indoctrinated with these kind of shitty belief patterns that we think are us being a good person and helping others, but actually it's the opposite. Okay, so like the way you can be most of service is by being true to you. And if you're struggling with that and knowing that, by the way, 444 on my timer here, Spirit saying, if you're doubting that, if you're doubting your goodness, and this is green for your heart chakra, work on strengthening your connection with God, with spirit, with your soul, with your inner being. Because as you do that, you are going to be, it's going to clear out all the distortions out of your lens. Like out of, I'm hearing it's like this filter that's like got a lot of gunk on it, and you're not able to see yourself correctly. Which leads me into this next card, love. Like, God wants you to see yourself the way God sees you, which is whole, complete, perfect, like a beautiful masterpiece, a vital, integral part of this world that like the only way for you to actually unlock your purpose and be of service is for you to really just allow yourself to be your true, authentic self. And many of you, I think it's going to be a little bit of a journey. It doesn't need to take long, but it's going to take some introspection to see all the ways that you've been abandoning yourself because you deep down were doubting your worthiness and your goodness and feeling like it's not okay for you to want things or have goals or focus on yourself. And then judgment here. So this is where it's going to, I'm getting, there might be two different groups. Okay. So some of you are struggling to see yourself through the eyes of love. You're really judging yourself harshly, and you really need to like work on your self-esteem in that. But there's another group of you, and this is where it's tricky. It's actually the same energy. You might find yourself, if you're being really honest, judging others a lot, judging others really harshly. You're not seeing others through the eyes of love. Either way this goes, whichever group you're in, you're experiencing disconnection. You're not tapped into unity consciousness. You're not tapped into love. And the thing about the second group where it can be sneaky is you might be like, well, I think I'm doing good, but everyone else around me isn't, or whatever. You know, if you're like in that judgment, it's actually, you actually might deep down have even more of this doubt going on that you're just not consciously aware of. And the reason your mind, your ego gets so focused on judging other people and nitpicking the things and the people and the circumstances around you is because deep down you really, it's like an inner child wound of really not feeling good enough, really not feeling worthy, feeling judged, really feeling like you don't deserve good things. And so instead of, that would be so painful to really admit to yourself. So instead you've kind of learned to focus that energy outward and project it onto others. And there's no judgment in any of this, guys. I'm just getting that there's going to be two different groups of people that this is resonating with, but the message is the same. God, Spirit wants you to work on your self-esteem, work on your identity as a beautiful, beautiful soul who the mistakes you think you've made, they weren't mistakes. You were just learning your lessons. And if you can understand that you are whole and perfect and your journey's perfect and where you're at is perfect and you are unique, you have special gifts to offer the world. Like the world needs you. Like you're here to connect with other people. You're here to open your heart to love. You're here to see yourself reflected back in another. Because here's the thing, right? The mirror principle, which I actually go deeply into in my self-concept guide, which you can also download at the top of my page. This video is getting really long though, so let me wrap this up. The thing is what we see outside is a reflection of what we've been holding inside, right? So when we're judging, whether we're judging ourselves or others, if we think people are beneath us or we think other people are above us, there's something misaligned in us, and it's an internal job. And so if you're in that second group where maybe you're like judging people or just feeling like a victim to circumstances, like maybe feeling like people don't show up for you correctly or don't treat you well, that is the self-esteem thing. That is the self-concept thing. And the message coming through loud and clear for both groups of you is that you are a good person and you deserve good things and you deserve to be happy and you are here for a reason and you are here to connect and you are here to share your gifts and you are here to thrive. This turned out way longer than I intended, but I know that someone needed to hear this and I would love to connect with you. If you're not following me yet, I would love to connect with you on here. And you can also, if you would like to receive free channeled messages from me, I send out emails pretty frequently and you can get on that list too if you would like to just stay in touch and know what I'm offering and just get these messages to help you stay aligned. I'm so glad you're here. I love you so much and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.